The return of our Lord Jesus Christ. We have reached the end of this quarter study.
And we have spent 13 weeks studying how to prepare for the end time events. How about you, Nick? Are you ready? Do you feel prepared?
Honestly, I don't even know what it means to be prepared, but I do feel enriched.
Me personally, I hope that in all the noise that we made by talking about the events of the end time, we have not forgotten that it all points out to the return of Jesus Christ. And it all boils up to the point of how much we really long for his coming back. Are we really talking about him, and do we passionately expect him back? And also somehow living this promise. It takes a lot of guts today for anybody to stand up straight and declare that he or she believes in the second coming of Jesus Christ. And when I look around me in the world, it sounds like a very unpopular idea, something like that. The world seems too busy. The world and the people in it have emptied themselves when it comes to faith and hope.
It's very important how we look at it. As the lesson points, the beginning and the end are connected. It's all about Jesus, about the relationship that we lost, and about getting back together.
The lesson also clearly reveals that the idea of God establishing a new world comes and originates from the Old Testament, not from the New Testament. Where in the Old Testament starts, in the New Testament it transitions in the light of Jesus Christ. In the Old Testament, it's presented by the day of the Lord. In the New Testament is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Based on the book of Daniel chapter 2, this new kingdom of governance is one that shall never be destroyed, and it shall stand forever, according to verse 44. So we could confidently say that it will be a completely new world, not just some sort of a branch of today's existing reality.
I'm an Adventist, not because this church has some more special merits, but because I identify with this desire and awaiting of the return of Jesus. Recognizing God as the Creator, stamped by the Sabbath, and expecting His return, this is what being a Seventh-day Adventist is. It's a movement.
Now, have you asked yourself as an Adventist, why is it that this second coming of Jesus back again is such a dear belief for you or for me? My personal answer is because it gives me hope. I have hope. I have something to strive beyond the 60, 70, or even 80 years of life here on earth. And I'm not saying this lightly. What do you have in this world? A promise that evolution will take its course and you're gonna die, and after I die, many others will die, and when I'm destroyed, the world will be destroyed in millions or probably billions years in the future. Why would I believe something like that? Apostle Paul says in 2 Timothy chapter 4, I have fought the good fight, and I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown. This is the attitude that I want to have until Jesus comes back, or until I die. As a friend of mine says, because it's more likely to happen.
Some Christians don't see Jesus' return as an actual event, but rather as a process and something that is going to happen in this current world. But this is not something that we see in the Bible, and this is not what we believe. We as humanity, we are very well capable to destroy our own world, and we are making a very good progress toward that. But its actual destruction will be to put an end to evil, and then God will recreate it as it was meant to be.
If I can say something as final words in the end of this quarterly, it's that Jesus made a firm promise in John chapter 11 verse 25. I am the resurrection of life, he said, and he who believes in me, even though he may die, he will live. If I came to the point that I believe that Jesus Christ really existed in the course of history based on many evidences, and I came to believe that he is God, then what is left for me is to take his promise, to take his words to heart and live confidently that he will come back again regardless of the circumstances around us. After all, He raised up Lazarus from the grave, and he himself was raised from the grave by the Father. How much more assurance do I need? Let's find a way to live his promise.
Without this hope, there is nothing to long for. I long for the day when Jesus will return, when we'll be made whole again, when we'll be reunited with our loved ones. What a day it's gonna be. Next week, we're starting a new study on the book of Acts.